Governments should raise taxes on tobacco products to discourage use and to boost revenue for development. This is according to the World Bank lead health specialist, Patricio Marquez. Speaking to SABC reporter Glorious Sefako-Musi at the World Conference on Tobacco Health underway in Cape Town, Marquez says public health goals can be achieved by increasing prices, reducing smoking and preventing initiation among youth, while at the same time raising resources for investments that benefit the entire nation.
We have two guiding objectives: to eradicate extreme poverty and to increase shared prosperity. But we are conscious that in order to achieve that goal over the short and the medium term, you need to invest in people. In order to invest in people, in order to realize their knowledge, their skills, their capacities, their contribution to economic and social prosperity, you need to address some of the critical risks that are undermining their health capital. And one of the critical risks that is generating widespread disease across the world is tobacco consumption. Tobacco consumption is the most addictive product, and as a result of that, governments have an obligation to tax and regulate that product, to protect their population in order to minimize the health risks, and by doing that, they are also able, as demonstrated by the evidence from different countries, to mobilize additional domestic resources that could help expand the fiscal capacity, the budgetary capacity of governments to finance priority investments and programs to help achieve the sustainable development goals across the world.
How does the World Bank then help those countries like the developing world, where we had in speakers yesterday saying these companies, tobacco companies, are targeting the less rich countries to sell their products, and when these countries are trying to fight back, there is even a bigger fight coming from the tobacco companies?
The World Bank has adopted a clear position, not now, but since the mid-1990s. The World Bank Group, the largest multilateral financing organization in the world, has adopted a clear position that's codified as part of the operational directives that guide how we invest our resources in the different countries. And that guidance clearly indicates that the World Bank funds cannot be used in any way to finance the production, the commercialization, the distribution of tobacco products. And also the guidelines clearly instruct World Bank officials to support countries in adopting fiscal and regulatory measures to combat tobacco addiction. Tobacco kills, therefore it undermines any investment that a country is willing to make in order to improve the betterment of their people. The other thing that should be very clear, and that's something that we have been able to demonstrate with evidence from across the world, that tobacco taxation, contrary to what the industry indicates, has a pro-poor effect. If you increase prices, the most responsive group are the lower income groups that reduce their consumption. By reducing their consumption, they reduce their health risks, and in countries that don't have universal health coverage, universal financial protection, that means that the risk of impoverishment due to higher out-of-pocket expenditures that are needed to finance treatment for tobacco-related diseases also decrease. Therefore, the poor benefit more. That's an investment on people. It's an investment on the wealth and the prosperity of countries, mainly because, as I said before, the critical element that generates wealth is not natural resources per se, it's human capital, people.